AA.10 quotient property. Just like the product property, we separate them by putting a plus sign. We are going to separate these putting a minus sign. But if you are dividing, it does matter. It does matter which one is positive and which one is negative. The one that's on top is always going to come first. The one that is on bottom is always going to be after the minus sign. So expand the logarithm. Assume all expressions exist and are well defined. Don't worry about all of this right here. If you were a math major, it would make a lot more sense, but we are just now learning it, so it is okay. Write your answer as a sum or difference of common logarithms or multiples of common logarithms. The inside of each logarithm must be a distinct constant or variable. We'll figure that out in just a little bit maybe. Okay, so we have, because we are dividing this and they want me to separate it, we are going to put a minus sign. That is it. That is all. Log u minus log 13 log 11 minus log y. That's all on those three. Let's see if it gets any different. Okay, now we're going to make it as a single logarithm, so we are going to be putting these together. So the positive one goes on top, and then one that has a minus in front of it goes on bottom. I know. Very hard, huh? Okay, we're expanding, but when we expand, we want to be able to keep the base. We have to keep the base in both parts. So log base 6 of 11 minus log base 6 of x log base 9 of z minus log base 9 of 7 log base y of 17 minus log base y of z. Okay, so some of these are going to get a little bit more to do, but you're going to be able to handle it. There is a minus sign, and if I'm wanting to put it as a single logarithm, then I'm going to put the 6 on top with e to the 8 over 5 on bottom, e to the 4. Now, and everything else we have been done at this time, but that's just because we had like a number over a number or a number over a letter, and nothing like this where we have e's on top and e's on bottom. So it says to simplify, so we must simplify. The 6 and 5 do not reduce, so they will stay where they are. But if I have 8 e's on top and 4 e's on bottom, 4 of those are going to cancel out because we're going to, guess what, subtract them. Then you would have 4 e's left on top because that's the rule. Log 8 e to the 6 over 9 e to the 4. 6 e's on top, 4 e's on bottom. Log 8, that's a log. And 2 left on top with the 8. And then we're just back to this because 4 over 3 did not reduce. Okay. So on this, we're dividing W by X and also by V. So because the X and the V are on bottom, we're going to separate them. And this is how you're going to do it. So log W, because W is on top, minus log X minus log V, because remember we're also dividing by V, even though the X and V look like they're being multiplied, which they are, but they're both on bottom, so they're both going to get a negative in front of them. Rewrite the logarithm expression as a single logarithm with the same base. So this has a minus sign, so the 4 is going to be on bottom. This has a minus sign, so the 9 is going to be on bottom. So your first step is to do that. 18 is going to be on top, 4 is going to be on bottom, and the 9 is going to be on bottom. The 4 and the 9 are going to be multiplied because that's what happens. And 8 over 36 reduces by 4 to 9. Can you prove the statement using properties of logarithms? So is it going to, are they equal? Well, you're like, well, 26 minus 28 is negative 2. Yeah, that works. But that's not how logarithms are supposed to be done, right? Because of the minus sign and because of the logarithms, this would be log 26 over 28, which is the same thing as log 13 over 14, and that is not the same thing as log negative 2. So this is going to be a no. Okay, on this one, I'm pretty much just going to give you the answer because we have not covered this part of it, and I know I'm going to in the next lessons or so. So I'm going to give you what the answer is. Just kind of bear with me, and I'll explain in the lesson where basically you don't really care right now why it is. So if I have log 7 over log 7, anytime I have the same thing over the same thing, what does that equal? They cancel out, right? It doesn't go to 0. It goes to 1. So on the left-hand side, that is 1. Anytime this number is 0 and there is a log in front of it, your answer is also going to be 1. So yes, the left does equal the right, so we can use the properties. We can prove it. Can you prove this statement using properties? So it'd be log 20 over 8 times 9, which is log 20 over 72, which is 4 goes into both of those. 4 goes into 25 times. 4 goes into 60, 30 times. 15 times. And 3 more times. 18. So yes, this is the same thing as this. So this is a yes. Last one, rewrite the logarithm, make it a single logarithm. So I don't know why I put this one on here because we've been doing it over and over and over. But the 5's on top, the 20's on top, the 20's on bottom, 18 is on bottom. Oh goodness, I know 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 36 7 times with 1 left over, which makes 10, which makes 2.